one of the collaborations that we're doing is having the spouses have the opportunity to come to 10X Ladies. And the 10X Ladies event is really based on the 4 pillars of what it means to be a 10X woman, which is the Empire mindset, relationships. How do you get on the same page? How do you work in a coordinated effort with your spouse to reach heightened levels of success? Absolutely. And then the health, and then the money and the finance piece, which is what we're going to bring into it. The other thing about 10X Ladies is the power of being around like-minded women who understand what you and us as women go through, which is not to knock any man, because again, the purpose of this environment is how do we figure out female to male, how do we work together instead of I don't need you, you don't need me, independent, I can do it myself, which is really pushing and pulling against yourself. Well, what about the power of 2 or more? Yeah. What if they could get on the same page and win? And so the power of the woman is, the word power comes from the capacity or the ability to influence the behavior of others. So the more we as women can own our power, have the knowledge, the correct information about a subject to be able to make these educated decisions that are going to be helpful and beneficial to our families and our community, then they can get their space right to say, hey, while the spouse is protecting our country and doing what they do to provide for America, they can then run the family unit from home, which are the true heroes, right? The one that has to be, not that they're not true heroes. I do not want that to be taken out of context.
They definitely
This is what I will say to that, is that the one that supports the thing, and again, we're going back to the definition of support means to show active interest in, the success of, to show active interest, and it also means to bear the weight of. So I always look at, in this particular case, the military spouses, as the ones that have to bear the weight of the travel, the different environments, everything that comes along with all of that. They would have to be the strongest one. You know, because they're the ones bearing the weight of. So I'm really excited about getting them into an atmosphere that is just going to give them an opportunity to be around other like-minded women that they can do business with, have collaborations with, meet, have referral businesses with, because the women that attend this 10X Ladies of a global empire are coming here all with the 10X mindset in mind on how can we collaborate? How can we be a networking event? How can we help each other? How can women come together and be strength in numbers to boost all of us to heightened levels of success so that we can not only live up to our full potential, but be the support and the strength for our children, our husbands or wives, depending, and how do we make a difference in the community? Because again, now I'm being biased, but I think women are going to be the ones that change the trajectory of the world, because power says the capacity or the ability to influence the behavior of others. And it doesn't say you have to be a CEO. It doesn't say you have to be in the military. It doesn't say you have to have $1 million, billion, however many dollars. It just says if you have the capacity to influence the behavior of others, you have power. So I want these women to really come in, own their power, increase their power, and go out and become big and powerful enough to change the trajectory of the planet.
Absolutely. And I love that. And that's really what our military spouses really need. They need that community, because sometimes you can get in your own, you know, just your own little,
it's the mindset.
It's the
mindset. It wasn't taught in school. But continue.
You know, and the power also that we do have, and I love the way that you describe that, is understanding that you do have it. Because when you are subject to orders, you're subject to all these third party, including even your spouse doesn't always have control. You can feel like you don't have the power. You can feel like you're powerless.
Right.
And that is a very crippling place. It does not provide growth. It doesn't provide, creativity, and it can really also break. I've seen it many times, even break homes, you know. So I not only see this collaboration as a mindset shift, but I mean, really, we're saving lives, we're saving homes, we're saving dreams. Like, there's so much more to it. It's not just, okay, you can, have a career. It's really understanding how you can work collaboratively with your spouse. You have your identity. You don't feel like you're, lost or, feeling like I have to leave this environment to find myself. You can find yourself within the environment and continue to have a healthy, happy life. And that to me is so priceless, when it comes to the sacrifices that I know that we made.
Right.
And then being able to be an active support. So you don't look up 20 years later, okay, now finally he's retired. Now it's my turn. Well, there's no reason for you to have lost 20 years of your life.
I agree.
And just understanding what those things are.